right, hello wine drinking people. We are back. It's Wednesday, July 28th, and it's time for the What I Drank Yesterday portion of the show. Francis. You know, Noble Wine Estates, Majestic, Jess Jackson's portfolio of fine wines have been staples in our store for a long time. That's why it's so disappointing when we have a supplier like this, part of the family at Wine Watch for years, decide to turn restaurant only on us on their top wines. You know, there's nothing more distressful than to put a brand or help put a brand on the map like Verite, one of my favorite wineries in this portfolio, which we bought into from the very first vintage, 1998, a tough year, and it was a tough sell too at $150 a bottle for one of California's greatest Merlots, or at least that's how we had to plug this wine to sell it for $160 a bottle, and you know what? It was. Jess, you make some brilliant wines, but you just made a very dumb decision in marketing them to go restaurant only and cut out the retail trade that has supported you for so long, considered your wines part of the family here at Wine Watch. Well, it's very hard for me to review these wines at this point, and you do have a lot of good wines, but guess what? There's a lot of good wines out there, all right? So enough said about that. You know, my mom used to say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. All right, if you want to read the reviews on these wines, Matanzas Creek, Cambria, some pretty good stuff. Freemark Abbey, Kinton Syrah, nice wines, bad marketing. Okay, next up, we did have Constellation Brands come in the store, and this is the largest wine company in the world, and we have to give respect to this company whenever they have a wine from Robert Mondavi in the bag, especially. And they do have some good stuff here. The Leasingham Riesling from the Clare Valley. One of the things they do very well in Australia for whites is Riesling. The Clare Valley, Eden Valley, Upper Barossa regions, very good. This wine has a little bit of that petrol and slate that you get from textbook Rieslings, a little bit of white peach and hibiscus flower, light smoky nuances, flinty Cabernet or Spatlé style. You know, if you're looking at traditional German, just a little bit of sweetness there, but good acidity, keeping things bone dry and refreshing through the finish. A lovely summer wine. We need more Rieslings in the store. All right, Wildhorse Chardonnay, the unbridled, little funky note to this wine. I don't know if I'd pick this as California. It's from the Santa Maria Valley, a very cold region of California, and a little bit cheesy kind of quality to it. Really odd, earthy, and other aromas coming from this other than fruit. But I like it. I like stuff that's different. And then Toasted Head. This is a winery my buddy used to call Barfing Bear. It's got the bear that looks like it's breathing fire, I don't know, barfing, but some pretty good stuff there. The Pinot was all right. The Chardonnay is really what they're known for. And then Robert Mondavi Reserve Pinot Noir. This was the best wine these guys had in the bag that day. Lovely black raspberry fruit, a little bit of tobacco spice, and still nice freshness. The Robert Mondavi Winery turning out some very good wines today. And then a little Australian wine. Australia's kind of been in the toilet. You know, we've got a great vintage Australian offering coming out later this week. Check it out. This E&E wine, the Barossa Valley Estate E Minor. Really nice and refreshing style of Shiraz. Not over the top at all. I think people are getting away from that style. All right, next up, one of our good friends in the wine business. Someone that has never, ever turned away from us, even when they get huge scores in the Wine Spectator. They always make sure we get our fair share. The Wagners from Camus, Adriana Chinsky stopped by to taste us on the Belgloss Rosé, which was beautiful, a perfect wine for the summertime. We will get that wine in the store. We're light on rosés also. And then the 2008 Camus. This is one of the first releases of all the major wines from Napa. This wine is juicy juice, man. It is so seductive and forward. Just a real crowd pleaser. And hey, the only thing bad about 2008, we still got some 2007 in the store. 2007 is better, and it's the same price. So before we move on to 08, we will be selling through the rest of these few cases of 07. Check it out. All right, and then Craig from Augustin. Sorry, Craig, you had to wait. We had a big backup of suppliers, as you can see yesterday. We only got one wine in from him, Alvaro Palacios' new wine from the Priorat. It seems like everyone is creating new wines to fill this lesser price category, and this is one a little less expensive than Les Terrasses. There was their entry-level wine. Similar in style, maybe a little lighter, maybe a little more elegant, not quite as big but really nice and a little less expensive. And then David Cole stopped by with a preview on what we're going to be tasting at the Argentina tasting at the Tower Club. And don't forget, Jeff, I didn't forget about you, buddy. 2007 Chassagne Montrachet Ramonet Cailleret. Wow. This wine, typical of the 07 vintage, much better after it's been open. This has been open for 24 hours almost. Man, it is really screaming now. And then, you know, I'm going to have wine with dinner at home. A little Veramonte Pinot Noir and Alex Gamble Bourgogne Douai Pepi. Check it out in the What I Drank Yesterday section of the email today. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.